Greetings everybody and welcome tonight to the update, day number 231, as you can tell, coming from the studio but coming from a different setup for tonight. You know, when you go hard for that many days, and now we're at day 231, sometimes you forget to realize that you need to do maintenance on the studio, and today we've had not a failure, but a really big mess going on in the studio. We've had to take all of our systems offline. I've had my IT guy, my friend Brian Heckman, come over, get everything all squared away. It's still in process of being repaired. So tonight's update is going to be a bit different. Zhenya will be doing the update tonight, giving all the data, all the details, and getting you guys up to date. But as far as having all the bells and whistles of our typical systems, that's going to be unavailable tonight, but we'll be back tomorrow. We've got to make sure that all is taken care of. So big down day in the studio. Everything's being overhauled, cleaned, updated, maintained, and this is what happens. This is what you have to do when you stream every day. So thank you guys for being here. Much love and appreciation to our moderators, and this is the best community in the world today. More shipments were arriving, and folks, we've got something golden coming as far as a portal that we're going to be able to all work together to support Ukraine. But with that said, let me roll over to Zhenya now and let him get you updated on this night. Day number 231, coming from Ukraine. Here's Zhenya.
Good evening from Ukraine. Today was day much more easy compared to previous 2 days. Today was much less Russian missile attacks on Ukraine, but surely our people, one more day of when our people were dying, were killed by Russian terrorists, by Russian aggression. And it was a day of restoration of electricity supply, water supply in different places of Ukraine. And the good news is a lot of good news today, and probably I would start from the one. It's a miracle rescue of Ukrainian family. After the one more Russian attack on the Zaparozhia, one of the families were trapped on the debris, and Ukrainian rescuers, they saved the life. The whole family were saved, so praise God and glory to such rescuers. The other news I think we need to think about, it's about Microsoft. So the Russian media reports that the Microsoft software 365 get back to work in Russia, and So maybe Microsoft knows something, or they want to create a picture that for the world would think that everything is okay with Russia, which is not. So I don't know what's going on there, but this is wrong. Russia continuing killing Ukrainian people. Why it's the best time for Microsoft to get back to work with them by giving access to the product, to the Microsoft software. It's crazy. So, according the report of Minister of Energetics in Ukraine, during these 2 days, about 30 or close to 30% of Ukrainian energy system were destroyed partly or fully during 2 days by Russian attacks. And I think one of the reasons why it was happening, because Ukraine, even during the wartime, were exporting the energy outside to Europe, and this way helping to save money and having energy in Europe, not from Russia. I think this is why it's one more reason to attack Ukrainian electricity, energy infrastructure. Official state media in Russia were being so happy about attacks on Ukraine, about killing civilian people in Ukraine, and they're broadcasting in different places, different programs, how happy they are with the statements like, we need to continue liberating the Ukraine like we did the October 10 and 11. So, official Russian state media.
Все назначенные объекты систем военного управления связи и энергетики Украины поражены.
Загибаем пальцы. В Днепропетровске, Хмельницком, Житомире. Сегодня был уничтожен, но многие говорят, не тот, который бы хотелось.
Да,
где-то
это
в украинской столице совсем небольшой пешеходный.
Пешеходный, да, но тем не менее...
Я не только как депутат Государственной Думы, как гражданин России чрезвычайно доволен действиями грамотными, мужественными, умелыми нашего президента и нашего военного руководства.
Шаги хорошие, но тем не менее нужно идти дальше, нужно выполнить все задачи, которые перед нами стоят. И необходимо освободить, наконец, Украину, наш братский народ, от фашизма.
Гуманизм, который Российская Федерация проявляла на протяжении последних 7,5 месяцев, а мы же не наносили удары по мирным городам. Гуманизм российского президента некоторых даже в этой студии уже начинал раздражать.
So, when the next time you hear about that Russia is liberating something, someone, this is what they mean by that. Okay, one more crazy news, and this is basically this is how Russia looks like. In Russia, they started to sell new design maps. They started to print it and sell it. The maps with the new borders of Russia. I mean, claiming like this is their territory of Russia, and on that territory, temporarily occupied parts of Ukraine. So this map will be a good symbol later that the terrorist country cannot do it. It will be shameful memorial. And not far from Donetsk, there is a place with name Avdiivka. So today, at least 7 died and 8 wounded after one of the attacks. of Russian terrorists on that place, and they did attack what area? The market, the public place. People buying and selling the food. They attacked this place. Then, okay, Ramstein. Today we had Ramstein. The result, I think, we will need to discuss later. But result will be helpful for Ukraine. Some decisions were made which will help. And I think we need maybe more information and more time to spend on that later. You probably remember Ternopil. Ternopil is a place which is located 1.5 hours driving from Khmelnytsky, from my place. And the last 3 days, it was tough days for Ternopil. A lot of substations of the electricity were destroyed, and basically the city is disconnected from main sources, main lines. Good that there is a reserve lines, and now because the reserve lines are not power enough, this is why it's really a tough time for people, because they connecting and disconnecting different parts of the city, because the whole city cannot be connected at the same time. So not easy time. This is surely this makes Russia happy that people are struggling. Hospitals are struggling, kids are struggling, schools are struggling in Ukraine. Some more news from today. The good news that we've been able together with you to help the volunteer, one of the volunteer we work with in Nikolaev Oblast, with a spare part for his car, and he couldn't find it in Ukraine, and through our friends in Lithuania, Valdas, he found it. And with the whole team, him and our part, it was covered all together. So we covered it financially, and the delivery and Valdas for the part cost and helping to find it. And it was shipped out to Nikolaev Oblast. Plus to that, we shipped 4 boxes of energy bars for military units, and we sent, I don't know how many, 10s, 20, 30 emergency blankets and surgical kits and serious painkillers for military hospital. And it will be distributed there. I mean, it will help to care about our guys, and for the energy bars and other stuff will be distributed to the units we were working with. Plus, the good news is we bought 20 more the gas stoves, the burning stoves, and about 60 propane gas tanks for heating up, for cooking, and in the trenches or in the bunkers for the small units. And we're preparing for the next run. It's good. Okay, here is the Nova Pochta Post Service in Ukraine. What I'm doing here, I'm getting the shipment for our volunteer in Nikolaev Oblast. The car part he needs for his car for volunteering. So we do help together and covering it and helping all the way we can with one friend from Lithuania, Valdis, and he helps a lot as well. All together. This I just got it. It's needed part, the car part. I will show it to you. We couldn't find it in Ukraine, and it's specific part. So we found it in Lithuania for our friend and volunteer in Nikolaev Oblast, Oleg. He needed it for his volunteer's car, And so this goes right now. I just got it from Lithuania and sending right away to Nikolaev Oblast. Then as well, we sending for the military hospital emergency blankets, thermal, then different kind painkillers, specific stuff for military hospital as well. Then the sets for the hospital, a lot of, they needed it, and some more blankets. And what else? And the energy bars we do, our guys and volunteers make very good stuff, 4 boxes of this. And on the next run, you see, we bought a lot of these camping stoves, the gas for the propane, and here's a couple boxes of cans like this, propane gas, helping our guys. Today 2 of our vans are on the service for the check and fixing the things we need to fix. So, and we continue buying grains and other products for the making the food sets for the next runs, and we got serious requests for just new liberated villages, and we're preparing to help those people. Some more good news from today. Today, Ukraine got already on the battlefields 4 more HIMARS system, and finally, one unit, one system, air defense system from Germany, which was promising many months ago, but finally it's in Ukraine. Okay, then today's good news is 5 more villages in Kherson Oblast were liberated, and it's a very good news and happy news for me, for Ukrainians. Our guys striked today, the military guys, because during one fight, during 18 minutes, they shut down 4 Russian helicopters in 8 minutes. So that's it for now, and thank you for staying with us. Thank you for staying with Ukraine. Thank you for sending supplies, buying stuff for our guys. God bless you. And by the way, Mr. PG, your graphic on YouTube is really great.